Hey everybody, my name is Jennifer. This is Metatron speaking, and today we're going to be doing a Lightworker Gateway. So these Lightworker Gateways, in case you haven't seen any of these videos before, this started at the beginning of this year. I think it's February of this year that it began, where there are these gateways or there are these openings in the veil where specific energies are coming out of the veil and they're being targeted to light workers on the earth to assist them. And so every about 30 days or so, there is a new gateway. And the reason they're new every time or they're being separated every time is that each gateway is tied to a specific galactic race that has an alliance that is part of the Galactic Alliance, but also has an alliance with Earth, whether we realize it or not. They are invested in us. They are wanting us to succeed in our ascension. And so they are contributing their energies, each of these groups, one per month, to to do a different task for us each month. So they've been targeting chakras a lot of the time. The very first gateway was a dragon gateway, and it was more targeting awakening the divine feminine energy. But since then, every month they've been targeting a different chakra to strengthen it and support it and to give us the tools we need or to make, how should I word this? To prepare each of our chakras for what we need them to do for us as light workers as we go on this journey, as we try to heal ourselves, as we try to go back to who we are, and as we try to bring that light to others. But ultimately, we want to make sure that we heal ourselves first and foremost. That's the primary objective. We can bring light to others, that's amazing, but just bringing light to yourself is going to inadvertently bring light to others. So, Lightworker Gateways, different galactic groups, this time period, I want to say this month, but that's not right. Let me give you the dates. This time period begins June 26th and goes until July 26th. And the Mantids are the galactic group. They're going to be assisting us this month. If you watched my last video, then you just met Arlo, who is a silver Mantid, who is amazing. So I had that one interaction with him, and I've come back to him now to get the message and the information on this new gateway. And so initially, I've been trying to get the information on this gateway for so long, and I had all these different guides who wanted to talk instead. And so somebody would start talking to me, and they'd tell me something, and I'd be like, "Oh, is this about the gateway?" And they're like, "No," and I'm like, "Okay, don't tell me this right now. I need to get the gateway is coming. I need to record this and tell people what's happening." Um, so I was like getting frustrated with my guides. I was like, "No, no, no, go away, go away, go away." And then finally, Arlo, who was actually standing there the whole time, but he was waiting patiently for because actually he had to wait patiently because one of the people interrupting me was Creator. Creator wanted to chat. And I was like, not right now. It's very important. So Arlo finally spoke up, and I'm going to tell you what happens. So he says, I can tell you what you want to know. The next Lightworker Gateway will have energies coming from the Mantid beings. We have a 5D planet that has the green Mantids and the silver Mantids. So I've talked to both of those groups. And there's also a 6D planet that has gold colored Mantids. So we're going to talk about all of those in a second. Well, actually, we're going to talk a little bit about it right now. Now that I'm looking at my notes. So when he told me about the gold Mantids, I was like, ooh. And he like shows me this little visual of them, and it's a trip. So they're very lean, they're very skinny, and he shows me them in like a like a yoga position, and I'm almost positive this yoga position has a specific name that I don't know because I don't practice yoga. I probably should. Um, I feel like it's like the lotus position or something like that. It's the cross-legged position. It's and then kind of like the Om kind of thing going on with the hands. Um, and so I see this golden mantid in that position, and he is hovering. He's like a good foot off the ground. He's got his eyes closed. He's totally in the zone. So, um, let me tell you the notes I have. Now that I'm going off topic. Um, there's a focus on peace and harmony coming from this color of mantid. They don't seem chatty. Like my green ones are really chatty. The silver mantid Arlo, he's chatty enough. And then the gold ones were kind of like just all in the higher dimensions. So I'm trying to talk to Arlo, right? And he all of a sudden turns into a Pleiadian man, like a man from the Pleiades. And it's super distracting, to be honest with you, because he was really handsome. So I was just like, what has happened? I was so confused. I was like, who's this Pleiadian guy? And then I looked at him and he had like these little bits of silver, like this metallic silver in his hair. And his eyes even had like a little bit of silver in him. It's hard to explain, but he almost had like a little silver sheen to different parts of him or silver sparkles to parts of him. And it kind of let me know that this is still Arlo. It's not just like some regular Pleiadian guy because Pleiadians don't have these silvery, shiny things coming off of them. So I knew it was still Arlo because Arlo is that same silver color. And so I'm told by Arlo that the silver mantids are shapeshifters. So that's what he was trying to show me. He wasn't just trying to distract me with being good looking Pleiadian guy. Um, so the silver mantids are so advanced in their magic that they can shapeshift. As far as I know, with my limited knowledge, to be honest with you, as far as I know, that is the most advanced, or most certainly one of the most advanced ways to manifest magical knowledge, magical ability. Um, so it was really high level. Not, a lot of us can do magic. Not a lot of us can just change how we look, like, like that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so then he showed me that the silver mantids are really just the green mantids, but they've mastered a certain level of magical knowledge. Sorry, I'm getting my covering my mic with my hair, which is probably not a good idea, but I'm also getting a yes on my shoulder. Um, so they've mastered magical knowledge, and so they've turned from this green color into a silver color. So it's almost like, if you guys are familiar with karate, it's almost like a karate belt where as you advance in the practice, you get a different color belt to show where you are. Well, they don't have belts, they are skin, their shape of their body, the color of their body changes to show where they are spiritually and magically. Um, so then so then the green ones, when they advance to a certain level, they become silver, and the silver ones, when they advance to a certain level, they become the gold ones. So the golden mantids are the silver mantids who have also found enlightenment. Their golden color is almost metallic, giving off an energy of peace, seemingly to the whole world. So I can literally, when I'm looking at the golden mantid, it's like I can see these waves of vibration kind of emanating off of them. And it's like their inner peace is radiating out and leaving that imprint on their planet. So let's apply that to ourselves as well, that what goes on the inside of us emanates out and manifests out into our planet. So the Mantids, it's interesting because the silver Mantids most certainly have Merlin energy there. Absolutely Merlin, I'm itching my nose. Who's talking right now? Metatron. Um, Sorry if you haven't seen one of these videos before. When my guides line up with my body, it tends to make my face itch, and it's a lot of the times it's my nose. So I have Archangel Metatron lined up with me right now to talk to me. So tip of my nose is itching like crazy. So he's saying to me that the qualities of Merlin, it's hard to explain because Merlin's soul is Metatron's soul, right? So Metatron has incarnated on this Mantid planet in the capacity of Merlin, is how I want to say this. Kind of the same way Metatron incarnated on the blueprinter planet of Gana as Gandalf the wizard, but it was really a variation of Merlin's soul. So it's almost like he has these little sub variations of himself that he incarnates everywhere. And he does that to bring that magical knowledge in. So the silver mantids have that Merlin energy that they've been exposed to because Metatron's definitely incarnated there. And the golden mantids absolutely have some kind of Buddha energy there. Like, I know the Buddha, is one of my guides. I have never communicated with him. Okay, apparently I need to. I'm getting that pull right now. Not going to do it right this second. But they absolutely have that quiet, calm, still energy, that stillness. Yeah. So, at any rate, just wanted to share that with you guys. So, now that I'm lost in my notes. Okay. So, this is what Arlo tells me. Okay. The universe does not want me to do this video because every time I go to tell you guys, my notes like skip to a different position. How interesting is that? Okay. So here's what Arlo says. He says, we will be working on your throat chakras during this gateway. There is a need for light workers to know when to speak, how much to speak, the words to choose, the tone to take. Each of you has a different sound to your voice, a different speech pattern and vocabulary. We will be magnetizing your unique voice. This will draw to you other light workers and other like-minded individuals. It is time for the new communities to start being built, but first, you must all find each other. And to find each other, you must recognize each other. You will know each other by the sound of their voice. So I want to take a pause here. You will know each other by the sound of their voice. When he told me that, all I could think about was the Bible. There's some verse in the Bible that talks about that Jesus says, "You will know me by the sound of my voice. You will know your shepherd. You will know." I don't know exactly what he says, but for them to tell me this here, whatever that reference is there is a truth. And it ties back to Jesus being a light worker. It ties back to him telling his flock, telling his group, my my flock knows me. My flock knows my voice. The light workers know the voice of another light worker. Okay, so that was my tangent. I'm going to go back to Arlo. You will know each other by the sound of their voice. This is already true for some light workers. We will amplify this magnetism for all of you. This will draw new friendships, relationships, even clients to and even clients to you who vibrate at a similar frequency. In order to find each other, you must speak. You must share a little bit about who you are. We will strengthen your throat chakras. For some, this will be about finding your voice. For others, it will be about speaking from the heart and not the mind. For those who sing or speak to groups of people, this will magnetize your voice in those instances too. It is a permanent gift that we are giving to you. And then he shows me what it looks like. I'm calling it a silver disc. It's not quite a disc. It's rounded on the top, and it's almost like a disc shape, but rounded on the top and rounded on the bottom. It almost reminds me of like a locket, like a locket necklace, but I'm just going to call it a disc because I don't know quite the right word to call it. So he shows me that a silver disc will be placed in the throat chakra of every light worker. And he spins it. And when it spins, I'll tell you what I say. It's almost looks like a record playing, like a music record. And I don't know why I say that, but I guess because it's the throat, the voice, that it makes sense that there's that analogy they're giving me. And it's like these sparkles of light are kind of coming off of it. This is a magical gift, or it wouldn't have those sparkles. Whenever there is magic in a visual, there's like this glitter to it. Hence the reason when Arlo turned into the super handsome Pleiadian, he kind of had a glittery look to him. When I go to heal people or remove trauma from their crown chakra, if I open up the crown chakra and a bunch of glitter comes out, then I know that that is your magic and you've been repressing it. And as soon as I opened up your crown chakra, it just goes everywhere. So glitter in the spiritual world is representative of magic, at least for me. It's appropriate that these magical silver mantids are the ones gifting us these magical silver upgrades to our throat chakras. So he puts mine in my chakra, and it almost feels like there's a lump in my throat, like I can feel that something has been placed there. But at the same time, it also feels like I can breathe better. So it's a paradox. It's confusing, but that's how I felt both of those sensations. It's a strange feeling. I see rainbow sparkles come off it as it spins, and then it's so these sparkles kind of come off of it, but then they disappear just a couple inches away, and it's just almost like these little rainbow bubbles popping, but it's just these little tiny dots of sparkles. So this is what Arlo says. We have a great love of humanity, and we are honored to support you as you discover what it truly is to be human. You will lead your world to new places through your choices. You have the universe cheering you on and watching. We all look so different, but our souls are just the same. We have struggled with the same thoughts and emotions. We have known loss just like you. We love deeply just like you. There will come a time in the near future when we hope more of you will start reaching out to us. We are willing helpers for humanity. We would love to participate in your journey individually or collectively. This is a great adventure that you are all on. Of course, we all would like to play a part. During this gateway, there will be, of course, some trauma clearing. You may find it manifesting as coughing, or in really intense cases, as a sore throat. If you feel like you have a cold or allergies, do not worry if this is trauma clearing. There is always a purpose to a virus in your system. Viruses change your DNA. They can activate DNA or deactivate it. Either way, if you feel sick during a gateway or any time, simply rest as much as possible. This is the solution when clearing trauma is felt physically as discomfort or fatigue. Rest is best. We encourage all of you to rest and care for your bodies, as there are a lot of energetic changes that continue, that will continue to challenge you. Take care of yourself so that it will not be as difficult to navigate. I leave you until next time. And he bows. So that is the end of their message. But you know I've put together a crystal grid because there's no way I did not put together a crystal grid for a throat chakra. So, working with Arlo, and he's got a Merlin feel to him. Somewhere under him, there's a Merlin feel. I get yes. He's Metatron's soul. So I worked with Arlo to create a crystal grid for the throat chakra. So let's take a look at that together. Okay, so here is the throat chakra support grid that was put together with myself and with Arlo. And so let's just talk a little bit about what's on here. So we have the center stone is a sphere, which is a angel light. And these star shapes are obsidian that's been coated with a titanium coating to give it that sheen. I do want to talk to you a little bit about why some of these are on the grid. I won't be talking about all of them only because I have so many different things on here right now. But just to give you an idea, so of course we're doing the throat chakra. So there's going to be a lot of different colors of blue. So that's why you're seeing so many different shades of blue on here. Some things that are not blue on here. We have the desert rose selenite. So those are specifically on here for confidence, because we're going to be needing confidence to use our voice, to speak up, to share with others, to sing, to speak to groups. Because remember, if we're not using our voices, nobody can tell. Nobody can receive that kind of magnetized frequency from our voice. So we want confidence to do that. These little tiny green peridot on here, they're really small. And those are just to increase self-esteem, to help to kind of go hand in hand with the confidence. I also have kunzites on here, little tiny kunzites. And these are for it's basically a stone for love. It's a stone that reminds us that love is the answer to everything. And so just want to include that love energy so that what we are communicating is done so with love, because that's important. I have lapis lazuli on here. So I have some 12-pointed star lapis lazulis. Those are fun. And then off to the side, I have some other lapis lazuli designs over here. But the lapis lazuli, it, it covers a lot of things. What I'm going to tell you is that it's for honesty, self-expression, speaking your truth, and just really just overall support for the throat chakra. I have little tiny amazonites on here. Little tiny stars. Also, these huge hearts off to the side are also amazonite. So those are for enhancing loving communication. I have teeny tiny bits of turquoise on here. It's for stabilizing mood and instilling inner calm. And then again, anything that has any amount of blue in it is going to support the throat chakra. I have little Larimars on here, and it's for self nurturing, self respect, communicating how we truly feel. So, all important things. And then we have black kyanite on here that has the blue titanium coating, um, and a couple other stones on here. But that's really the main gist of things. To activate this guy, I I am not the owner of Amanda Ellis's throat spray chakra. I need to be, but I am not currently. However, I am the owner of a whole lot of other sprays of hers. So I'm going to be bringing in all my blue sprays. So we're going to use Archangel Michael. This one's it says for communication and safety because it's Archangel Michael. We're using it for the communication factor, of course. It has like a beautiful smell that you could just like spray all over your body every day and never ever get tired of it. We have Archangel Metatron. This is the Sapphire spray for divine peace. And so this component is going to assist us because of that peaceful energy that the blue color often brings with it. It's useful when you're communicating to feel calm and at peace when you're communicating, right? Especially if you are singing to other people, or if you are speaking to a group of people, or even if you're speaking one on one and you're just nervous what you're talking about, right? Anytime you can feel more calm and at ease, that's what you want to do. This spray is the Archangel Metatron air element for breathe. So, of course, we're talking about we're talking about the throat chakra, so we want to be able to have that space and that comfort to be speaking. And then I felt really compelled. You can't read this because it's just too darn shiny on the label. It's Archangel Metatron. It's the white spray. It's white light and Merkaba energy spray. I felt compelled to use this. It's basically like it's almost like the quartz equivalent of a spray where it's so multifunctional that you can just use it for everything. So the white light is divine white light. The Merkaba energy, the Merkaba is that eight-pointed star shape that Metatron uses to clear negative energies. So this is a great spray. I'm going to go ahead and spray it. This is a great spray if you're just trying to lift up your mood, if you're trying to clear negative energies. um, it's good. If you're just trying to balance your chakras, like this is just the all around perfect spray for everything. And it just felt like the perfect finishing touch for this crystal grid. So off camera, I'm using my hand just to combine all these energies. So I have this crystal grid. You can kind of see the golden shape beneath. It's the flower of life. So I have the energy from that. I have the energy from all of these crystals in here, plus those 4 sprays with those essential oils and those crystal infusions in them. And of course, I have my guides working with me, and I have my own intention and power that I'm adding to this. So this guy is ready to go. The grid will be on the website in case you want to download it, put it as a screensaver on your phone, view it later. This is going to be functional and useful way past the gateway, way past the Lightworker Gateway. So, yes, it's going to be really helpful for probably about the next 30 days. But even beyond that, anytime you need some help with feeling confident, speaking your truth, feeling confident in communicating, Maybe you're gonna have a job interview or you're gonna have an important conversation with someone you love. Maybe it's gonna be a difficult conversation. Using this energy to calm yourself, to clear that throat chakra and have it functioning so that you can access the words you need in the moments you need them. This is a good grid to go back to again and again for a lot of different purposes. So, this is everything I have for you guys today, and I will see you all next time.